Hello viewers, this is lecture number 13, part 3. Today we are going to discuss remaining points, and let me clear here that today date is 20th January 2026 and time is 15 to 9 p.m. I am Professor Shakeel Abbasi. Hope that you would subscribe my channel and you would view and listen this up to the end and would share your valuable comments with me so that I can improve my lecture. Let us start the debate. Next point number 10. Agriculture waste in Pakistan is almost 50%. It means that because of poor storage and transportation facility, we have to lose agriculture produce, and its annual value may be more than 100 billion rupees. If we succeed in overcoming even half of it, it means that every year we can contribute in the
wastage and spoilage.
50 billion rupees. What should be done regarding this? Regarding this, actually, we should focus on agro-based cottage industry. Agro-based cottage industry means the cottage industry which works at a very smaller scale, and here a family labor is engaged and role of capital is nominal, and technology is very simple tools are used, and if we utilize this culture waste, then we can overcome a number of issues like unemployment, like low income, like poverty, like slow or the low growth rate. At the same time, we can overcome the issue of this agriculture wastage of agriculture produce. What should be done here? We should promote cottage industry, and for this we need actually supervision of the government institutions and the institute coordination and provision of the credit, and especially skill and supervision, monitoring, etc. What sort of activities we can do in case of wastage of vegetables and the fruits? We can do the activity of brewing the juices from the apple, from the mango pulp, and the grapes, and we can preserve the vegetables by developing local preservative. Our forefathers have been doing, and we can actually make a pickle, we can make ketchup, kitchen items like the rolling pin, rolling board, then the cutting board, and then so many other kitchen items can be made out of this waste wood. Likewise, we can work on the stick industry, and likewise we can do the activity of wool weaving, then weaving of the sweater. As you see that international and the local brand like Bonanza and Oxford, and then the price of one sweater is not less than 10,000. At lower cost, we can make that desi items can be introduced. Likewise, we can make the belts, we can make the purses, perfumes, like making preservatives of local items. Let me quote here. I have forgotten the botanical name of the leaves of the drake and the bacan and the neem plant, which we are sufficient in the Punjab and other provinces of Pakistan. They have been utilized by our forefathers as the insecticides and the pesticides, and we can also work on actually biological control by rearing the cat. This is the biological control to control the mice through cats. So these activities should be promoted, and likewise in case of poultry farming, wastage can be utilized. Wings can be utilized for making shuttlecocks, etc. The milk can be processed. For example, the organic ghee or the desi ghee can be packed and can be marketed, especially in local wedding halls and local activities in the local festivals. And if we do this on a scientific basis, then we can create international market. Look at Pepsi and all like things they have developed international market by introducing a modern technology. So let us take a good start. In case of sericulture, we can make silk clothes which are having very good market, local and international market. So how to rear these silkworms industry should be promoted. Anyhow, this is very lengthy topic, and that is the micro scale activity, in other words. And as a result, we will be able to not only control the unemployment, our poverty would come down, and there would be stability, and it would be great support to other sectors of the economy like industrial sector, and agriculture sector and services sector. In this way, it is not only economic prosperity, it is social and political prosperity as well. So, next point is the culling of the calves. Dear viewers, in agriculture, this is the tragedy that culling of the calves is very high. That in Punjab it remained 30%. There is ban on the culling of the calves. Calves less than 12 months age cannot be actually culled or the butchered, but this practice is going on despite the fact that there is a ban. How this can be controlled? The main reason is income loss. Income loss means that the calf sucks the milk of the mother, and as a result, family thinks that they are deprived of the extra income. So what they do, they sell the calf, and ultimately these calves are culled and utilized in different functions. Mutton. So this is great loss. There is a ban, but in letter and spirit, this law should be implemented, especially in case of female calf. Female babies, there should be strict ban, because it would harm the cycle of reproduction, and we have to lose rapid growth rate. So in this respect, government scheme of feedlot fattening program under the supervision of international and local agencies is a good step. As a result, we see tremendous increase in the meat and milk, etc. Equal to almost, I think, 50%. We see increase within 5 years, that 2018 and 19, and now 2000 up to 2024 and 25. Within 5 years, we see 50%, almost 50% increase in milk production and the meat or the beef or the mutton, etc. So this is a good strategy, and in this respect, there should be proper utilization of information technology. There should be WhatsApp group, and as a person does this nefarious activity, that is the culling of the calf, the administration should be immediately informed, so that strict action should be taken. And with due apology, like Zanab alert, there should be a calf alert. Immediately police or the local administration should become alert. They should take the action against that. But in this way, we would be able to increase our livestock, which is very important, and its dependency on nature is relatively lesser. And by exporting this, we can earn foreign exchange as well. And at the same time, it would provide job to the million of the people of Pakistan living in rural area. So this strategy, this is the solution, possible way out for this issue. Next point is point number 12, unemployment. Dear viewers, in Pakistan, unemployment is rampant, but in rural area, unemployment is higher than that of urban area, that is 7%, and unemployment rate among the age group 17 and 24 is very high, that is the 11%. Not to talk of disguised unemployment, which is very high, especially during pre and post sowing and harvesting periods. The unemployment is very high. To overcome this issue, actually, that's why because of this high unemployment, people are fed up with the rural area within the country. Those who are short in resources, they are moving towards urban area for the sake of job, and as a result, we see tremendous increase in the urban areas problem, and the people who have the resources, they are actually going abroad, by selling the precious agricultural land, and that too through illegal ways. And when they are caught over there or they face any untoward incident, it brings bad name to our country as well. These concerned are so worried in case of any untoward incident. So this is horrible. How to overcome this unemployment phenomena? There are so many economic models, rural to urban migration model, and we can follow any one model with certain precautionary measures. But important one is to educate the people that okay, number one is that moving towards the urban area is not right policy. Rather, doing an agriculture activity over there is the right policy. But for that, we should provide them good infrastructure, good roads, electricity, fertilizers, credit, and the advisory services. In this respect, we have to reform our existing agriculture, financial, educational, and also services sectors. For this, we should have radical changes so that every worker of these institutions perform their duties proper way. What sort of activity one should do over there? If someone is agriculture scientist, then he can do number of things over there. If there is veterinary doctor, he can open a clinic. But if he is short in money, credit should be provided. Then a person who can process agriculture waste or poultry waste can make feed and can make fertilizer or pesticides or can do any other activity, should be involved over there. So there should be proper market. Government should actually purchase these items. There is no market of that in shorter run, and then government is consumption is very high in billion of rupees every year. Initially, this is called the infant industry argument in industrial sector. So government is always supportive. So role of feudal lord should be reduced, and deserving farmers should be educated in this way, that from everybody according to his capacity and to everybody according to his need. This should be the philosophy of our government, which is actually socialist philosophy, and which is very effective philosophy, as we see tremendous increase of GDP of China because of this philosophy. Oh, okay. Unemployment should be tackled in these ways. So number 13 is education. Education is very important. In economic development, it is will to grow, which is very important. If you don't have the desire to grow, then you cannot grow. So first is the will. How will develops? Definitely through proper education. If our rural Pakistani, they are sluggish, they are lazy, they don't take pride in doing the work, especially agriculture sector's work, which needs hard work, which needs punctuality, which needs regularity, and which needs patience. The education, which needs experience, and at the same time it is nature dependent, there is fluctuation. So education is very important. But here Pakistan literacy rate of the rural sectors is 52% as compared to 76% urban area. And this is about the literacy. No doubt most of the farmers, they are familiar with so many traditional techniques of production, but they are not familiar with modern techniques of production. Some people like 20,000 agri experts, they know modern techniques of production, but most are residing in urban area. They're not working with agriculture, ARC, PARC. They are working with different universities, and they are not going to rural area. Even veterinary doctors, they are not going over there. They have opened the dispensaries or the hospital in urban area. So this is the drawback. Likewise, most of the people, they don't take pride in doing agriculture work. They think that this is not only hard, but this is a dirty job, because environment, especially in case of livestock and poultry farming, full of muffin and bad smell, bad smell of the dung and the smell of the feces and the likewise. But if you do this on the basis of modern technique, modern poultry farming, modern livestock and dairy techniques, then you can overcome this. And at the same time, if government policies assure abnormal profit, definitely people will move towards rural area and would do so. This sort of education, especially the role of illiterate women or uneducated women, is very high as compared to literate women, because illiterate woman does not bother about this dirty environment, whereas educated or the literate women, they don't take pride in working such type of environment. They love to sit in a cozy, very neat and clean room of a university or the PRC and ARs. This is the tragedy of our nation, that we are not giving right type of education. I have discussed in previous points that there are 11,000 agriculture graduates registered in different agriculture institutions. There is no attraction in these institutions. So who will do the gardening? Who rear the goats and the sheep and the camels and the buffaloes for us? When young generation is not taking pride in this agriculture sector. The story of success story of New Zealand actually, and Australia and almost even America is owing to this sector, that is the agriculture sector. They take pride. We see bumper production of wheat in case of America. They used to spoil in the sea for the sake of a very low price of the wheat. First thing is to change the mind of the people, will to grow, right type of education, and these ill actually designs or the wrong thinking or the wrong ideas should be overcome through education. And this respect, we have to reform our syllabus. It should be much practical instead of doing these activities in the university campus. They should be involved in this in the rural environment. The students should be sent, and so they should be trained in this way, that they should take pride in going to rural area. At the same time, modern facilities should be provided over to the rural area, that is the electricity, the roads, etc. Not only this, farmers should be educated about modern techniques of production, what is crop rotation, and how they can spread their activities around the year, because during sowing and harvesting season there is a great demand of the labor, and after that they are jobless. For this, we should focus on the non-farm activities like rearing of poultry, livestock, etc., honey beekeeping, sericulture, and these are the activities which one can do around the years. And around the years engagement means that around the years you are earning, so you can overcome the issue of loss as well. If you lose in one sector, then that can be recovered by another sector. So this strategy, that is, farmers should be educated. They should be educated about how to utilize modern app, how they can take the surveillance of the crop by sitting in his hut. So this is modern technique, modern technology. They should be familiar with the meteorology, with the weather forecast in case of flood, how they can save themselves, their livestock, and their family, and all these dimensions to be actually taught to the farmers. So in this way, proper education can harbinger in prosperity, economic development, and there would be low unemployment, low inflationary trend, and there would be actually low crime rate as well. All these things are interlinked. So let us switch over to next point. Next point is point number 14. This is about farm and non-farm activities. What is farm activity? Sowing and harvesting of the crops. We have 5 major crops and some minor crops, the rabi crop and kharif crop, anyhow, wheat, rice, cotton, sugarcane, maize. These are the major crops, and minor crops, jowar, bajra, millet, rapeseed, etc. All these are the minor sunflower. These are the minor crops. Anyhow, and whereas non-crops means poultry farming, fisheries, forestry, etc. The share of poultry farming and the livestock is very high in agriculture sector. This is 61%, and GDP is for share 14%. And this year, the share of these sectors, non-farm activities, non-farm sectors, is very good. That is near about 4% as compared to negative size of crop sector, that is minus 6%. So that's why the overall growth rate of agriculture sector remained just 0.5%. A nominal growth rate, rather no growth rate, zero growth rate, we can say. There should be balance between farm and non-farm activity for the sake of employment, income stability, and lesser fluctuation. As you know that in case of crops, dependency on nature is very high. Whereas the dependency in case of livestock, dairy farming is relatively less. No doubt, overall position is that they are nature, as against industrial sector, their dependency on nature is very high. I am talking about relative position. So, sowing and harvesting seasons actually don't spread over the year. Well, in the gap, I should say, this strategy for the remaining actually period, farmers can do these activities, non-farm activities like poultry farming, livestock, honey beekeeping, sericulture, and then forestry, gardening, etc. Especially we should focus on fruit bearing trees. So presently credit provision to non-farm sector is hardly 44%. It should be actually 50%. There should be 6% increase, relative increase in credit for non-farm activities. As a result, we see that unemployment would come down, inflationary trend would come down. So, credit availability, people's education regarding this. Okay, you should do this in this way. You can overcome the fluctuation in the income, fluctuation in the output, fluctuation in the cost as well. We can exploit fisheries sector. Our export of fisheries is hardly 1,000 million ton fish, and out of this 40% is inland. And so far we have not exploited neither inland fisheries and river or the ocean fisheries sector. For this modern fish rearing techniques, modern fish catching techniques, then fish processing techniques, then the modern cold storages should be developed. And likewise, our dependency on in case of poultry farming is very high on foreign sector. This should be reduced. And if we focus on forestry, there is great potential, because the forestry size here is almost 4.6% of the area, which is very low. Even it is not comparable with the Brazil having almost 25% share in total area. And if we succeed in increasing this, then we can export the timber and wood products in international market, and we can earn a normal profit. I think that we are able to export fish equal to, I think, $800 million, but mostly we export the fish to the Europe and to Malaysia and Asia and the China, and we can actually export this to the rest of the countries as well. But there should be quality. We should increase the variety. We should increase its items like shrimps, crabs, and packed meal of the fish, etc. So in this way we can revolutionize this sector. Next point is point number 15. That is poor food. I think the lecture has become too lengthy, and with this, I take the permission of that you would subscribe my channel, and I have to finish this topic in lecture number 4. Wait for that. Okay, sooner I will upload. Thank you very much. Khuda Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.